man.
What do you think of the score?
I think it was a beautiful goal by Osimhen to lift it up.
Welcome, one and all, to CLTFC Fan TV for the fans by the fans. Damn it. I'm JT. What? That is Lee, my partner in crime. Well, not crime usually. And tonight, our boy Matt Chantry, T Gang. I don't even know what T Gang's all about. I can't wait to hear it. Matt, thanks for coming on with us, y'all. We finally got ourselves a W, not in the MLS, but whatever, I'll take it.
Hey, man, so JT, man, when are you going to join Twitter?
Don't you mean X? Now that
what they call it now?
X. Oh, now I can get with X. It was just all about that little blue bird that was bothering me. So now
just be careful when you're typing X into the address bar. What else pops up?
You still do Twitter, right? It just still goes there, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's your dog,
I'm
bro?
drinking water tonight. I know that.
Water.
Water.
Right. So yeah, there we go. So did you tell us when you're going to join Twitter or no?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure you're going to join it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When is that?
Sometime.
Gotcha. There you go,
Thanks,
Heidi. There's your answer. There's your answer.
Appreciate it.
JT will join the X at some time.
Yes, I will join Twitter at X date.
X date. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Having a good week. Coming off a Charlotte win, so can't complain. How about you guys?
It's not snowing today. We're good. We're good. Yeah. So why don't you, for the people that don't know, tell us what this Ashley Westwood Tea Gang's about?
Sure. So it started off basically as a joke in a Min City Collective Slack. We signed Ashley Westwood, I believe, what was it, really early January, late December, whenever it was. And someone in there at some point in like the week or two after that was like talking about coffee or about tea, something along those lines. And I think I defended tea. And the response to that, which I can't even remember the person who said it, was like, "What are you in Ashley Westwood's tea gang or something?" And then off of that, I was like, "Okay, fuck yeah." Like start it as a joke, basically. And I did, and probably kind of went from there and created a stupid flag. Can't see it at the bottom there, but it says,
yeah, we can't see his face.
You can't see it all, but
there you go.
I know that picture that literally, if you Google Ashley Westwood tea, there's a bunch of photos of him drinking tea that pop up. Like there's no shortage of them. But yeah, went from there, made the flag, made a bunch of stickers. It's all just a bit of fun, really. I know Ashley's seen it and finds it funny as well.
He has seen it. Do you know?
Yeah, he has. He actually he got some stickers from us that we got sent to him via Brand Rodico this week or last week, sorry. And he actually put it on Instagram today. The stickers that they got them. So yeah, it's all good laugh. I enjoy the banter about coffee and tea with everyone.
What kind of tea do you prefer?
Breakfast tea. Always breakfast tea.
Yeah. What you don't use the old Liptons that we have over here in the store?
No. Don't get me into how Americans screw up making tea.
Hey, listen, y'all. Slow your roll. Don't get.
Hold on, man. We're having a bit of we're bonding here, man. Me and Matt, man.
That's fine, but
Heidi doesn't.
Oh, Heidi.
Yeah.
Heidi. I thought Heidi was my girl. What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
all I'm saying
gonna have to
is,
take it to my mom's house and just let
Heidi.
my mom handle that. So go over to the parents' house. It's like have a nice cuppa, right? So yeah. Anyways, so yes, the tea is flowing over here. We're gonna spill the tea tonight, right? We're gonna talk about the tea, however the cool kids say it. So man, let's talk about the game last week against Dallas. How fun was that to watch?
It was a lot of fun. I was watching it down in a lot. I was watching it down in Hooligans.
Oh, okay.
With a bunch of other Min City people. I think there was like 30, 35 of us down there. And we had the US women's game on at exactly the same time, which I don't know whether you guys have done that before. It's really hard to focus on two games at once. Like maybe I'm just not very good at multitasking, but
my eyes like to float, so I'm good. I can't tell which one.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. I had to focus on like one game at a time. But it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of shaky moments, as I'm sure we'll speak about, defensively, especially where we let them get in behind us. Fortunately for us, we're not a team with the ampersand in the name, so Jesus Ferreira couldn't get one against us like he can do against every Caribbean nation for the US. But yeah, it was. I felt like we played pretty well in the second half, especially. Still not to the standard I think most of us want to see Charlotte FC at, but it was a step in the right direction and a much needed confidence boost for us all.
I don't know. I mean, does it cover up a lot of crap that's going on with the team currently? I mean, I don't think I thought it was, the lineup was a solid lineup. I thought at least the players were at least playing pretty much in their positions, right? But then it's like, I don't know why Bender didn't start, right? I think he deserves a start, and he continues to show, I mean, he's scoring for us, right? And Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty boring, to be honest with you. I think the
Yeah.
the goal that was offside, because Carroll was impeding the view of the goalkeeper. I mean, it is what it is. It's a part of the game, right? But I think, and then I personally think we got lucky to come out there.
Well,
We were certainly lucky. I'm not sure what the XG was, but my guess is that we probably lost the XG battle slightly.
I don't
I
understand.
just want to point out though that Lee, because we did a live watch along, and Lee during the whole game for the most part was like, "Oh my God, just end this, end this, end this." I mean, we've been dejected because all the draws and then the loss, and then watching that, and then we get the goals, and then of course Bender tying at the very end. But until the 97th minute, Lee was like, when we were talking about how they go into shootout instead of extra time, you were so happy. You're like, oh, thank God it won't be extra time, and it'll at least go straight to a shootout if they ever had that. And luckily we did and came away with the win. But yeah, Lee was not enjoying it at all for the most
I
part.
thought it was just boring. I mean, I don't want to keep harping on the team. I mean, a win is a win, right? Regardless how you get the points and whatever. But I don't know. It's just it just was a typical Charlotte game. It was slow. It was predictable, and it was nothing to it. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, we're nowhere near where the place where we need to be yet. Our ball movement, our off the ball movement, I should say, is still extremely predictable. Like you said, I don't think there's enough of it. Honestly, it feels like sometimes that we're playing with no one in midfield, and that's not really a knock on anyone in midfield so much as the structure of how the team's set up. We're not athletic enough in midfield. Is one of the issues that I have at the moment, which perhaps
When you say that, though, when you say athletic, let's pick that apart a bit. Are you talking about we're just not making the passes? We're not fast enough?
We're not fast enough. We're not fast enough. And when I say fast enough, I don't mean just sprinting up and down the field with the ball.
Passes,
I mean
right?
running off the ball. That can be acceleration as well as pure pace. We're not getting away from people at all. We're just we're kind of stodgy. That might be an English word, but we look like we're kind of stuck in the mud sometimes in midfield.
Do you think the lineup of having Westy and Arfield and then Bronico in the middle, do you think that's the best we can do? Although it's not, great.
I don't know. I think I would put Bender in over Bronico. That's just me.
I'm not sure about Bender over Bronico. I still feel like we need someone that's a bit more pure defensive, but I've come around a bit on starting Bender more recently. I still think he's a bit of a defensive liability sometimes, and I'm a bit concerned about him starting versus coming off the bench. He definitely looks good when he comes off the bench, but I think that might be a little bit because he's playing against tired legs. But that said, what we've got going on right now clearly isn't working. So
the last time he started, he scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have a good argument against that.
Of course not. Of course not, man. Yeah. I mean.
So what lineup do you want to see, Lee, on Saturday?
I mean, going with the players that we have, right? And obviously that new fella's he's not even listed for the Cup squad, I don't think. What's his name? The Belgian fella. I can't even pronounce his name, but you all know what I'm talking about. But I mean, I would like to see Bender on there. I would take Bronico off, let Westwood drop back, put Bender up there as well, and then just basically about the same that started. Maybe obviously, what's his name, Agamang or whatever the hell his last name is. He needs some minutes as well. I think that's really about all we can change. There's not really enough. I mean, Enzo's hurt, but Carroll looks better to me up top anyways than Enzo.
So Carroll, Merrim, and then who else up top? And then
not Merrim. Merrim I guess is on the bench, right? He's probably going to start Vargas.
Yeah, Merrim's looked a bit off more recently after his hot start. He's kind of slowed down a bit.
Okay, so Carwin, I love saying Vargas's first name if I say it right. Carwin Vargas. Carwin with Swiderski in the middle and Bronico, Bender on the right, or are you talking about having him swap out for where Bronico's in the middle now?
I can't remember where they were in the position. I wish I had the graphic of the lineup from last week. I might actually have that. Actually,
The
hold on.
midfield was.
Are you saying you would play
Arfield-
Westwood at CDM, then Arfield, then
Yeah, so
Bender?
looking at this, right, I'll drop Westwood where Bronico is, put Bender over there with Arfield, right, and then start that. Maybe put Vargas over Merrim, and then the rest of it I would just kind of leave the same unless there's some injury news we don't know about regarding that would maybe help us in the back line there.
Yeah, I
What
thought
some people
that-
were saying in the chat, I would love to play Patrick up front with Carroll. However, that would absolutely mean we would have to move to a 4-4-2. And
Yeah, but we're not going to
realistically, yeah. How realistic is that? It's unlikely. I can't see. Latanzia hasn't changed his system all season. He's already changed it
I mean,
now.
Casey says, I agree, right? I've been saying it forever. I think we're a slow team, and the build up and the counter is even slow, right? But personally, it's like I don't know if we're gonna. Rumors are that there's a left back that may be coming in, but the window closes in like about a week, 2 weeks.
It's a
And
week. It's a week today. I saw a Bogart tweet about it.
yeah, and Bogart, I mean, he tweeted earlier, right? And basically there was no news about Charlotte. I mean, the last thing we heard was that Jamie fella coming in, or we put a bid in for, almost 8 million for him. But then it goes into the conversation, of like, well, that's obviously DP caliber money. So then who goes, right?
But part of me feels like with that bid, and if I'm proven wrong here, I'll hold my hands up and say good on them. But part of me feels like that's a little bit of a PR bid.
Yeah, that's
like we know we're not going to get him.
Yeah,
but we're going to say, oh, we tried.
I know. I mean, you're a Fulham fan. You're used to
that. No, I'm used to having all our players and managers stolen by Saudi Arabia. That's what I'm used to.
Right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, Crown Breakdown says it for us, right? Teams can sign free agents till the start of September. But still, I mean, talking about the names that we've been linked with, right? I mean, I don't know. We kind of touched this on Top 10 show last night. That young kid's got an offer coming in from Porto, and he can go to Porto. Does he come to Charlotte over Porto or no?
We would have to pull up the dump truck full of cash to be able to get him here. We would have to pull a Saudi Arabia to get him to come here over Porto.
Like a $1.5 billion or something.
Yeah, we're gonna probably double what they would offer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm neither Portuguese nor American, and I would choose Porto over Charlotte.
Man, Charlotte's your home, man. Where you're raising your kids, and your kids are
going
to school here, and you know what
I mean. You know what I mean.
Messed up, man. That's messed up.
I know.
Hey, where's this kid from though? The one you're talking about?
I'm looking that up. You're asking me all these trick questions. I didn't really pay too much attention to him just because I didn't think it's a true.
I'm just saying, if he's not European or whatever,
I mean, he's European, right? I can't remember.
Okay, well then, yeah, Porto.
Yeah, Spain. He's Spanish. There we go.
Well, thank you. Is he going to stay? Yeah, he's going to go to Portugal or come on.
What do you mean?
No, just obviously he would prefer to stay over there. And to Chantry's point, it would take a buttload of money.
Yeah, I mean, if we pull it off, I mean, that's great, man. I just don't see it happen.
I will say the left back, when you say that, it's like I was just watching some highlights of the game again before the show, and Byrne and Sobocinski, they just both times we got scored on that, they're just not, and it's almost like a speed thing too. I don't know who's missing their mark and whatever, but it just
I have a hard time blaming the defenders a lot of them, unless there's a really obvious personal mistake, just because we've chopped and changed so much there. I think
we've ever started constantly
everywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a joke. I keep making the joke.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I keep making the joke, Matt, that we'll finally know what our starting lineup is at the last game of the season, because they keep on messing with all of it, and it's like, when will we ever know what it truly is or should be?
I forget who it was, but someone compared it to like the starting O-line in the NFL, for people that may be a bit more familiar with that. If you change your O-line all the time, there's no chemistry with them, and you need to know where the other person's going to be, etc., and what their strengths and weaknesses are. And it's very similar with the defense. You need to be comfortable with the person you're playing next to and know who fits well with one another. I use Fulham analogies a lot because I'm used to them the most. Tim Ream is obviously had an extremely good season last season. Even some non-Fulham supporters like Lee might admit to that. despite Tim Ream's age. Part of the reason for that is over the last 2 years, Fulham have worked out that Tim Ream is very good as long as you don't expose him to pace. We got Anthony Robinson, who's one of the quickest players around, played him to the left of Tim Ream. Obviously, they both play for the US, so they've got that chemistry as well. And Tim Ream has been lights out ever since then. And it's the same with the Charlotte defence, where we've got there's no chemistry. People aren't playing together week in, week out. We're not trying to cover for people's weaknesses. Like Jan obviously isn't the quickest, but we're not covering for his weaknesses. We've had
who do you put in there though? I mean, other pivot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who do you put in?
Part of that is I put part of that blame on Latanzio at the beginning of the season, maybe chopping and changing too much. But now we're kind of painted into a corner where we just don't have the options because of injuries at the moment and because of lack of purchases. So the blame on that front is a really thin
squad, right? I mean, and then you need that player to come off the bench. I mean, I guess that was Bender in this last game, but like who's gonna cause that spark? Who's gonna change it up, right?
Yeah, and Andre was so good at that too, but obviously that's no more. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's like what the hell? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Casey. I mean, the good thing is if we can make a decent run in this Leagues Cup, right? It might help at least build some sort of chemistry there. But still, I mean, to your point earlier, Matt. I mean, you mentioned about playing at the back. I mean, I'm not obviously that helps to a degree, but sometimes I get nervous, man. Like especially when Kalina's sitting on that ball and trying to pass it out. It's like sometimes, oh, shit, what are you doing?
Yeah. And this is the same point everyone else has made as well over the last couple of months, where we're playing a system that's too advanced for the players that we've got today. It might work for a Man City, it might work for a Real Madrid or Liverpool or whoever, but we just don't have the ability to play that system. Yeah,
over there is completely different than what we got.
Yep.
I mean, shit. What not to get on this Messi kick, but there's a couple of comments about it, man, about Miami. I mean, we keep playing the way we're playing, and that league game comes around where we're having to play Miami. I mean, that 4-0 drub in Atlanta, it's going to look pretty nice compared to what.
Yeah. Atlanta's problem was that they paid Messi and Miami just way too much respect, and essentially, in some ways, tried to play them at their own game, which you can't do with Lionel Messi. Yeah. He's going to rip you apart every single time because he's Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
When we play them, I hope that we're physical bastards, basically.
Yeah,
and
sure. Just
short of getting a red card, kick the crap out of them because we're not going to beat them playing their own game. We've got to get them off their game, and that's the only way to do it.
I mean, like the way the Red Bulls do us, right?
Exactly. Red Bulls. I don't know if Red Bulls have Miami, but they're one of the few teams I could see maybe giving them a game because Messi's going to be like, "What the hell is going on right now?"
You're going to muddy it up, basically. What you're saying?
I mean, I agree with NC German 81 here, right? I mean, I wish Latanzio would just try to adjust to the players rather than forcing them into a system that obviously we don't have the players for yet. But, some of these names that we are linked with and some of the players we signed, you can kind of see that we're slowly going to that 4-3-3 line starting line. So I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, studs up, penalty shootouts, finals. That's time. So we're going to take the penalties all the way. That's the way we're going to get through. But if we win this weekend, right, we are top of the league. Or we come out. So I mean,
don't even need a full blown win. We don't, a penalty shootout win is all we need for top, and getting to a penalty shootout is all we need to get through.
No, hold on.
That's right because Dallas
we have the tiebreaker over Dallas.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I don't think he's untouchable, but it's annoying to see all this shit. Anyway, sorry, I'm just reading some of these comments. JT, man, hit us. Hey, first person to drop a number between 1 and 20 gets the list going. So tell us, top of the group. So
there's 4 scenarios.
If we lose, we're out, right? I mean, all we got to do is tie.
Right.
Four got it. Four got it. Look at it.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so basically, good timing for Messi's first MLS game starting is going to be versus us in Miami. What do we think that's going to happen? I mean, we're going to be playing them regardless. Yeah, we play Inter Miami on August what?
26, I think, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I think it's August 20th.
yeah, maybe it's the 20th.
Yeah, it's the 20th. The 26th is our
Somewhere
home.
around there.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the 20th, and that's going to be, as far as I understand, not his first game or his second game. I don't know, but whatever. Messi
Maybe his
against
first
us
league
in
game,
Miami.
but
Did y'all see? Did y'all see all the fans once he got taken off in the 70th minute? They showed a shot of fans
plastic.
and how many
Plastic
fans
fans.
were leaving because they just wanted to see Messi.
That doesn't surprise
so
me.
weak.
If you look at their crowds before it came, they were far from filling that place, and it's not exactly the biggest stadium. So the people that left weren't Miami fans; they were the Messi fans.
Still though, I mean, 20 more minutes you paid to be there.
Plastic ass fans, man. They're just fake
that's
fans.
some bull.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
how do you think we're gonna do? We're playing them for sure, and we're playing them pretty soon. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they did have as many. I tell you, Dallas. I watched that Dallas game last night just to kind of get some sort of idea of how our next competitors are going to be, and after that red card, which I guess was one of their better defenders. So I guess I feel confident that we're going to win this weekend. I'm pretty sure that we'll have a 3-1. I think. So
plus they had a full game of not quite a full game. I'm not sure when that guy got sent off. What was it, 15th minute, 20th minute, whatever it was.
Pretty early.
They had the majority of the game played with 10 men, and it was in midweek, and they've had to travel back from a different time zone, a couple of 1 or 2 time zones over. I forget what Dallas is. So they should be pretty beat, to be honest, and they look bad, as someone just said there, as Trent just said. So it's going to be pretty embarrassing if we don't get a result. I'll be honest.
That's right. I heard that too, man. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I kind of disagree with, and I don't know how you feel about it, right? All the games are being played in the U.S., right? Or at least North America, so that we're not going down south, right? But I don't know. I mean, that's not fair if we're going to have all these guys come in from a whole nother country, right, down there from the south. To me, I feel like there should be some sort of like give and take.
I never thought about that point, Lee. That's kind of, I get it. Matt made the point. Obviously, it's about the money, but still, that's bullshit. At least should have 4 of them or something,
When they first announced it, I admitted he was kind of hoping that there would be games in Mexico because, like, the
travel
football, the football fan in me, I was thinking that'd be pretty cool, like to travel to a game there, depending on who we got. I'm not sure whether I'd go to every single stadium based on some of their reputations, but within reason, I would like to travel to a few of them. It would be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think at some point that needs to change, right? I think, again, you can't expect them to come here. I mean, basically, they're just living on the road until they get knocked out of the competition, right? And
that's the team up in Canada this week that got stuck in an airport overnight or whatever it was.
Yeah, I just briefly glimpsed over that article or whatever was being posted about that. But yeah, it's I don't know. I just think if you're gonna make this a real Leagues Cup, right? I mean, do you play kind of like how they do in the Champions League, where when you're in the group stages, you do the home and away, right? And get a chance to play at home, right? I mean, regardless. Because I don't know. I mean, Dallas.
I think
Dallas
they were
never
trying
had
to
to play
work
on the road at all, did they?
They were trying to work out. This is my guess of what MLS and the Liga were doing when they set this up. Is they wanted to fit the competition in the space of a month, and it was probably really hard to do that with travel between 2 countries, I guess, as well as the money aspects to it.
Yeah. So then that's another question. Then why force it all in a month? Why don't you just add these cup games during the season? Like if you want to, you still make the same amount of money, right?
And that's how it works in all around the rest of the world, is when they have these extra cups, whatever, UEFA and all that stuff. It happens all throughout the season. It's never squunched together like we're doing.
No. America's got to do it all year.
America.
You Yankees, man, y'all try to. I say you Yankees with y'all right after that. Yeah, Yuns, y'all mess it up, man. It's like I just don't understand it, right? I mean, I get like the money's there. Obviously this was created and thought about before the Messi effect, but still, I just think personally it should just be pushed out, just like the rest of the world does it. They throw these cup games in during the week or whatever, right? Or they have a weekend off and everybody plays a cup game.
I agree with that part, although I have kind of enjoyed the penalties right at 90 minutes part. Even though that's, I'm sure I might get my European soccer fan card revoked for saying that, but
What'd you
that was
say?
kind of fun. The penalties at 90 minutes. So you still get 1 point if you were drawing at 90 minutes, but you get the extra one, obviously, if you win the shootout. Some European soccer fans, in fact, probably 99% of them would say, "Oh, that's American idea. Yankees ruining soccer." And I'm like, I actually kind of I enjoyed it. It made it a bit more interesting.
Yeah. No, I mean, I actually did enjoy it too. And as JT alluded to earlier in the show, right? It was like watching Charlotte last week. I was like, thank God it's going to penalties. Yeah. No extra time and none of that. Let's just go to penalties.
The opposite of us with England, Lee. Yeah. Where if someone said to you, you get a penalty shoot at the end of 90 minutes, me and you would be like, oh, God, let's just go home now.
Yeah. That's what we looked like those Messi fans yesterday, right? But yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. I actually kind of liked the format. It was different. I wouldn't say push this to the rest of the world, but definitely I'm cool with it in the Leagues Cup, right? I think that's
in a random tournament, this a new tournament. I wouldn't. If it was in the MLS playoffs, I might have a different opinion over it. But for this new competition, I think it's kind of a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean, and this is true too. At least it's not that stupid ass run up penalty shit they do. So I don't know, man. It's a fun tournament. I'm enjoying it. I go back and forth if I want Charlotte to go far in it. I mean, I think it would be good to, at least try to get some chemistry if he can start that same 11 or close to it as possible, right? Again, I would say Bender would start personally.
Why would you not want us to go far?
I don't know, just I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm just thinking about maybe we can bring them back and try to do the basics and, learn, just have some real solid training on the, obviously defending set pieces, trying to whip the ball around a little quicker. They look great when they're all playing those little, the one touch and whatever. But then sometimes I feel like Latanzio tells them not to be as creative as they can be. I would just like to if we're going to play, Leagues Cup would be the perfect time to do it. Just go play, go express yourselves, have a great time. If we lose, so be it, right? But
I would honestly like to go far in the competition. Our chances, I don't know what our odds are at this point, probably pretty far out, but we're unlikely to reach the MLS playoffs at this point. Sad to say. So, in which case, this is the next best thing for us to actually do something this season. If we're not going to make the MLS playoffs, might as well have fun and try and win a tournament. We might have to fluke a run a little bit and shoot out the way to the final, as someone said in chat. But I would take that.
Yeah, I mean, start the youngsters. That's a valid point too.
Right. What about just the normal stuff for Saturday night? Since it's a Leagues Cup game, the supporter section will not be the normal supporter section. There is not a tifo. There's not.
It won't be a tifo, but I mean, our tickets are good. At least for this game, right? You get the tickets for where your season tickets are.
If you've opted, or sorry, I should say, if you didn't opt out, then yes, you're in your same position. Everyone's in the same position.
Yeah,
I think it's the rules are that it's technically, I think, was it a neutral game or wherever it might even.
Well, it's supposed to be, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be, but.
So I don't know how far they push that. Obviously, you can't stop our crowds cheering for our team and us having capos and drums and stuff like that. That's going to be the case, same as it has everywhere else. But do they stop the team doing peppers in the Poznan before the game? I don't know. But
they better not. Damn it! I'm bringing a few people to the game. It's going to be their first game to come into, so I want to show them the full experience. So
if they don't do the peppers, I think we'll probably do the Poznan anyway. I'm sure we can get it started pretty easily.
Oh, easy, man, easy. Yeah, I mean, the 3 teams in a group instead of 4. I think that just boils down to, there's a couple of odd number teams. I mean, there's only 29 teams in the MLS, right? I think soon.
Again, I'm pretty sure that boils down to the timing aspect of it. Again, of having a month-long tournament. But if you had 4 teams in the group, that would extend out the group stage and they wouldn't be able to squeeze in the tournament in the month.
Yeah. Hey, Heidi, touch on this. They asked you not to bring what? The drums and everything? The drums better be there. I don't know what. Heidi, just let us know.
I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or for real.
I think she's being for real.
Heidi's always for real.
She's for real. All right, JT, I saw a number. What numbers did I see? Saw a couple of 11s in there. Let's do 11.
We kind of already talked about it, but you being so dejected watching the last game until the very end. But there is a little end part of it. How do you feel now after seeing them win? Because I mean, it was such fun. You and Bam and I, you know, we weren't having the most fun up until the end, but then the end it was just great and having that winning feeling again. How are you feeling carrying this into Saturday?
Well, I mean, you know, as a supporter of Charlotte FC, I want nothing but for us to win every game. Every game we play, from the friendlies during the preseason all the way through the season, cup games. You never want to lose, right? I hope this sparks something, right? I mean, Latanzio's some of his comments about how when we play in front of the fans, the players get anxious. I mean, I think that's all bullshit personally, but I'm excited. I think I'm pretty confident we're going to get a win this weekend. So I think it's going to be the next game, the next Leagues Cup game, where actually we're going to have to buy those tickets.
We also really want to win this weekend because get the win in regulation or the shootout win, because that means
home advantage.
We avoid getting away. We'd be away to Miami, I believe, if we get second in the group instead of first. Which
away
obviously,
Miami, I don't think we play Miami. I don't think we can play Miami.
I've read that a couple of places. I didn't do the math on that myself, so I could well be wrong. Right. Someone correct me in the chat I read that if we're second in the group, we'll be away to Miami. If we're first in the group, we'll be home to either Atlanta or a Mexican team.
Right?
Cruz Azul, yeah.
Cruz Azul, yes.
Well, it would make sense if we were one, whoever is the one in the whatever stage is that you'd host the game.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it would be cool. I wouldn't mind, and if we do win, or I would rather us not play an MLS team. I would like to see us play a Mexican team, right? Just to bring a different sort of flavor to the game, the style that we're up against, and just kind of see, really how good are we? We that bad in MLS, or are we just that bad in general?
Trent's got it right. Actually, I got it wrong. He's rereading what he said. That's correct.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I think if we have Mazatlan, then we would play Miami in theory in the round after that.
Yeah. So I mean, we can't say we lose, right? If we come in second, because if we lose, we're out, right? So
correct. In 90, yeah.
In 90, yeah, right. When I say that, I mean I always think of the 90. So, yeah, I mean, either way, if we make it through, we're hosting, right? Is that correct?
Correct. Yep. We're hosting either way if we make it through for the round of 32.
Okay. Hope you're having a good summer, man. Yeah. So
you're saying those the next game are tickets we're gonna have to buy. They aren't going to be grandfathered in from the season tickets?
No, that's the one extra ticket was this weekend's game.
Okay. I believe, and again, I could well be wrong on this one, but when we had that opt-out process, I think it was like you did it for every possible round.
I can't remember what I selected. I think I just paid my whatever the bill
I think
was.
if you didn't do anything, it just assumed that you wanted them for every possible game.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go in and say, no, I do not want them for games X, Y, and Z, or I don't want them for any game.
Yeah, yeah. No,
if you did nothing, then you were just opted in.
Yeah, I guess I opted in. Yay.
That's the Lee I know. That's what Lee was sounding like on Friday night.
Yeah, and the one round included is this Saturday. So yeah, but yeah, and hopefully we like in a left back. Anyway, so South. Hold on. So you're saying I'm confused. I don't know. All I know is we'll play at home. We're gonna win, and we're gonna either host Atlanta or Cruz.
Nice.
So, yes. That's going to be it. So, score predictions for this weekend's game, JT.
We win 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, and I want our field to score one to kind of get that going. I want Swiderski, and I want 2 from Bender.
2 from Bender. All right, Matt. What do you think?
I'm going to go for 3-0. It's been the prediction I've been using the last couple of days, so I'll stick with that. Goals from our field as well. I would like, especially after his disallowed goal, like that was really just unfortunate. I would like to see him get off the mark for real this
Yeah.
weekend. I think he deserves it, and plus I like his little salute celebration. It's
Yeah,
a lot of fun. And then one from Carol and one from
From your finger.
Ashley Westwood.
Oh,
Ashley Westwood.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna be tight. I think it's gonna be 2-1, and Bender scores both of them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Assuming that Bender starts at it 3-1. I don't know. They have not scored yet. They lost yesterday for sure.
They've barely scored in the Mexican League, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, they're having a tough season.
How many teams are in the Mexican League?
I have no idea. Eddie Clan, how many teams are in the Mexican League?
Yeah, someone let us know.
So, but yeah, I mean, we can kind of move on to transfer rumors and that. There's really not much to talk about in that front. Obviously we've got the one guy that I guess he's off doing the Belgian fella. There's 18 teams in the, thanks to Yeti Clan, 18 teams in the Mexican League. But yeah, I mean, the one guy, I think he's gone off to get his green card or whatever he needs to get done. Obviously I think we definitely need a left back. And the rumors I hear and just kind of talking amongst Charlotte FC people, it sounds like we may have somebody coming in, but like we said, we got a week from today.
I don't think we'll see.
I don't. That's one. Honestly, the left back is one of the things that's pushed me towards not being a supporter of Zoran at this point, just because we knew we needed a left back going into last off season. Didn't get one all over the winter. It's now a week from the end of the transfer window, and we still haven't got one.
Yeah.
Like, I get that things happen, and that it's not, you can't just simply say I want that person and they come in. It's obviously a lot more complex than that.
Right.
But we've not prioritized it. Like and that's kind of the end of the story there. We've not prioritized it over the course of almost 12 months at this point.
So Matt, where do you think the issues lie then? Right? I mean, would you put it on Latanzio, or are you going to put it on Zoran?
Pretty 50-50 to be honest at this point.
Right. I mean,
there's obvious deficiencies in our lineup and in our roster, our squad right now. However, there's also times when Latanzio will make a lineup decision or a sub decision that leaves literally every single one of us saying, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it does.
And regardless of whether the player's there or not.
Yeah.
So it's both.
Yeah,
I know that's a bit of a sit on the fence answer, but it's truly both.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to get another midfielder. Yeah, well, I mean, that actually could be the case if the Jamie or Yami or Yami or whatever you want to pronounce his name, since it's Spanish, because he's a winger, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like we're slowly trying to build this 4-3-3 sort of formation, so it's going to be interesting.
Do we know what the injury deal with Capetti is? Like, when he's going to be back around? Does anyone know?
I think mid to end of August was what I originally saw. I've not seen an update for a while though.
To me,
we'll have we'll figure out our starting lineup even better and better. But then he'll come back in late September or early September, and they'll totally shift everything around again.
Yeah, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, that's one other thing I've noticed about MLS following him after Charlotte showed up is, other leagues and other countries, you pretty much know that day, like how long that guy's going to be out for, and what the injury is. Here, it just seems like it's like top secret government shit, man. It's like pulling teeth just to try to find out what's wrong with him and when they're expected back. So yeah. I mean, Capetti's out 8 weeks. So
in England, when someone's out, usually they're asked the question there's the press conferences on the Thursday or the Friday before games.
Yeah, and
if it's a regular starter that's out, they'll get asked that question like every week for how long it's going to be till they come back.
Yeah.
So you're constantly getting updated on it. Here, it's like, good luck.
Somebody just happened to hear, right? Yeah. So I don't know.
We run into Capetti down at Trader Joe's or Target. And
it looks like he's back home from his Instagram account. At least it looks like he's back home in Argentina. So I don't know. Maybe he's just taking the
Yeah.
time off since he knows he's got till August sometime, right? He's not going to be back.
I don't blame him, to be fair. If
Yeah.
he's like, if he can't train right now anyway, and we're playing other
Yeah.
games in this weird little window,
Yeah. Brian, we're supposed to be wearing purple, from my understanding, man. So, yeah, and I don't know. I don't think Kretna's. I think Zoran's got one more season underneath him. I think if it's the same shit show next season, I think there's going to be a big shakeup for sure. Yeah. So, yeah, and so yeah. But anyways, give us a number, everybody. 1 through 20. JT, did you pass out on us? Or did he freeze?
I think he froze.
Yeah, he froze asleep. My God.
Or
somebody
he's
call
had
911.
way too much to drink.
I don't know what happened to him. We can't even ask him to give us the numbers, man, because, yeah, I mean, what the hell, JT? Right? So, Matt, how you been, man? We'll wait till JT comes back.
Good. I actually went. I'll use this to fill in the time, but I went up to Philadelphia on Sunday for the day to watch some of the Premier League Summer Series games in Philly, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I guess JT just had enough. So, but yeah. So, you saw the Arsenal fans beating each other up. That was great.
Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Like the Messi fans.
Yeah, right. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about Messi, man. I mean, I know it's good for the league. I am sick and tired of it. I had to mute Top Ben. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was trying to piss him off enough to where he quit posting. So, just putting random comments under his comments, but it is what it is.
I saw the some, again, European soccer, English soccer people were kind of taking a dig at the US because of the fact that there was the celebrities sitting around like pitchside, basically on their phones the whole time. And what was it? Kim Kardashian, DJ Khaled, P Diddy were all there, and I was like, they were like, "This is what's wrong with US soccer." I'm like, you get celebrities going to games in England as well. The only difference is that Miami's got this weird like suites around the benches kind of area, which I don't think very many, if anyone else, does. Right. So that kind of like gave it a bit of a weird look that was the case. But there's plenty of celebrities that go to games in England and just film the games. Hey,
yeah. Hey, man, look, this is it though, man. But for a minute there, man, the British took over, right? Yeah. So these guys are giving us a hard time. I was about to invite you. Yeah, JT's back. I was about to invite you, Yeti Clan, but JT back. So,
hey, you're gonna get rid of me that quick?
Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, and
cold-blooded.
That's how we do, man. We ain't got time. It's
right.
Show business, buddy. Show business. So the number that we picked, and hold on, I had it here. Oh man, where'd it go?
We've actually talked about a lot, which is
have we? I forget where I had it and then I lost it. God, man, y'all type too fast. A whole bunch of stuff. Anyways, man, we'll just go with 6. Yeah.
We just talked about it. Trade rumors and anyone coming along. So nope.
We did. We were going to start you, Yeti Clan, but then we decided to bench you. Yeah. What'd you say, JT? What was the question?
I'm going to use 2. So, hey, Kalina, we've been giving a little bit of hard time with his ball control back there, but man, he can make himself so big. I think that's one of his best talents. He's had a lot of good blocks lately. And again, in the shootout or the PKs or whatever the hell you
penalties.
Call the penalties. Yes, right. It's not penalty kick, it's penalties. Please forgive me.
There's no forgiving you, JT.
I know. So the penalties, just had shutting the guy. I mean, whatever. He chose badly too, but I don't know. I've been feeling better and better about Kalina as the games continue.
So, all right, man, I'm going to throw something at you here in a second, right? So I will give him all credit for the penalties and the saves he made last week against Dallas. But I personally think Kalina, yeah, I agree with Trent, right? He's just bang average, right? Some of these shots where he gets a lot of accolades for is kicked right at him, right? And it's just, there's no movement. Like if that was, I hate to keep comparing MLS to Prem, but like those were almost guaranteed goals, right? they just kick it right at him, and all he has to do is just stand there, basically.
Well, but a lot of them too, he comes out and he makes himself big, man. It's not just standing there. And speaking of standing there, the best was the goalie for FC Dallas when Bender scored that goal, and he just looked like a turtle that was standing up that fell over on his shell.
Yeah, it was definitely
like so dejected. I love that.
What do you think, Matt, of Kalina? Do you think like
I totally agree and add to that again what someone else said in the chat. Kalina's distribution is his weak point.
Oh, 100%. That's
Mark
why Mark
was
started.
pretty good at distributing the ball out. There were some stats I saw a month or two ago, which I don't know how upset they are, just demonstrating how much better Marks was getting the ball out, both short and long passes. So you couldn't claim that, hey, it's because Kalina does more long passes or anything like that. It was all of every pass range. Marks was the better choice. I didn't see Pablo's stats for that. I would imagine he's probably better than Kalina as well.
Yeah. But, I mean, like the Eddie Clan saying, we praise him for shots he's expected to save, right? You know, like, I don't know, man. I just think the finishing in MLS. Now, when we play Miami, and if Messi's got a one-on-one with him, I guarantee you it's a goal, right? It's not going to be just where he just kind of just stands there and doesn't even have to dive. It's just going to basically. I do think he's good at his positioning on those. Sometimes it is the shots are hit straight at him. I agree. But sometimes he's good at like knowing when to come out versus when to stay back. He is a pretty good keeper in that regard. However, yeah,
I also don't think he should be a surefire starter by any means.
Like no. I mean, like Johnny says here, he does have the respect of the locker room, of course, right? I think when he came into the game, I guess he seems more vocal than Marks for sure. But back to your point, Matt. I feel more confident if we're going to be that team that plays out of the back with Marks and goal, I do with Kalina and goal, and that's just the way it is.
Like I agree.
Yes. JT number 26. 26. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, since it only goes up to 20, I guess I'll just figure out what number that is.
Yeah. Add 6 to that.
Oh, do we think we'll see any fans of this Mexican team? How many fans do we think over under will show up of the team that we're playing on Saturday? Since they're bottom of the table in that league, what do you think? What do you think, y'all out there? Do you think we'll see like 100 people actually wearing their gear?
I don't know.
My brother is 60.
9 million.
Mostly because if you're a team that's playing in another country, one, they've probably got a few fans over here anyway.
Yeah.
From like anywhere on the East Coast, they'll be like, "Hey, how often do we get to see them play?" And they're going to come down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Who's going to travel?
Yeah. Again, same as I flew to Philadelphia on at 5 a.m. this weekend to go and see Fulham play because they never play over here. Like if I'm anywhere on the East Coast,
they don't play anywhere
to go see them.
Jolly good.
Yeah.
Lee.
But
I reckon 60 is my over under for them. I've seen a fair few other games. Some teams a lot more than others. Obviously, like the Club Americas of the world are extremely well supported, and these guys are going to be a lot less than that. But I think there'll be some there.
Yeah, that makes sense with the Mexican.
I mean, it'd be nice to see them, right?
Supporting Mexico, but I'm just curious. I don't know anything about their team, their fans, or whatever.
This feels very specific, Heidi. Do you know something? Right? I mean, 30 fans, but they're not sitting together. That feels very specific.
Heidi sold all the tickets on the black market.
Yeah. What's that, JT?
You were saying earlier that the word on the street is to wear purple. Now, how does that get out? Just through the supporters groups? Someone says, "Hey, let's all."
I mean, the team changes the colors.
Yeah, their socials is kind of changing to the purple. I think Willie P tweeted something about the purple earlier. So,
so someone on the team says, "Hey, it's going to be the purple night."
Yeah,
and that means they'll be They'll be wearing purple, the purple kits.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I always get because I know that they're selling more merch, but you get confused with the warm up kits and then the actual what they wear on the pitch, and then
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, so anyway, I mean, I'm not sure how many fans are going to show up. Like people have said, I'm going with at least more than one,
Over
and less
one.
than 9 million.
Nice.
That's
Man,
my
we have such intelligent, smart, fun people that watch. Thank y'all. Thank yuns. Over one and under 9 million. That's a great name.
We're coming in with all the facts, man. This is hard cutting material here. So, yes, sir.
Facts.
I wanted to make an announcement. So there's this thing on YouTube where you can become a member if you want to help us support the show with some other stuff that we're trying to work out. Like can become a member. I think we put it in whatever the cheapest YouTube would let us do it. You can get these fancy stickers or whatever and all that other stuff. So, we'd appreciate the support.
Hold on. So hold on. We made stickers to give to people.
No. There's this thing on YouTube. They were like, "Hey, create a members thing, blah blah blah," and it's like whatever the thing was.
All right.
I made it as cheap as possible.
You should do stickers though, by the way, if you haven't already done it.
We got it all.
Most of the Starbucks around Charlotte now have Westwood Tea Gang stickers on because of me.
Yeah,
don't tell them that.
See,
yeah, quiet from Starbucks corporate, please.
Yeah, well, Starbucks actually Westwood Tea Gang's right here. So yeah, I mean we're working on merch and all that stuff too.
He admitted it live to the world while having
lost him.
Oh.
Yeah, bye, JT.
Another really awkward face pose as well when we lost him.
I think he does it on purpose, right? And then just like kills his Wi-Fi or something. So yeah, it's funny. But yeah, I mean, as always though, hit the like button for us, help us get that algorithm going. But yeah, so I don't know where his point was going. Do you, Matt?
No, I lost track.
Yeah.
With the freeze.
Yeah, we'll let him drop and then come back on and then we'll end the show. That'll be the way we close it out. We'll just let JT close the show out. Yeah, but tailgate, same spot. You can always come find us after the game too. Come interview. What the hell? This will be interesting.
I don't know what's going on now.
There's two JTs.
Do you see that, JT?
What is coming? Crazy, what is the coming of the world?
I don't know what's going on, man.
And if I could somehow walk into that, like stand up and move over into that other one, like the double what?
Yeah. I'm gonna see it. Look, see if we can change it. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Oh, let's do this.
I like it.
That's great.
Wonderful.
Oh man, yes, that's brilliant, man. That's brilliant.
It's all that UFO stuff today. They've taken over Charlotte FC.
Oh, boo.
Oh no.
I know, man.
my dark inner side had to go.
Oh man. Yeah. Yes, this is it, man. This is it. We're taking this show to new levels, man. We're doubling down. Go ahead, JT.
Go ahead and start promoting our watch along for the Inter Miami game on.
That's way too far. That's a month out.
No, it's not. It's like 3 weeks out.
At least it's only the 26th.
We'll be here. No, not the.
I mean, I guess you did. Yeah, JT, tell the kids to get off the Wi-Fi, man.
I know,
we got a
right?
show going on here.
No shit.
But anyways, yeah. So if you're new to the show, man, just hit the like button for us and subscribe and all that fun jazz. Spread the word. That's awesome. Come find us. At the tailgates or whatever, man. We need to start doing some TikToks out there at the tailgates. That's what we need.
Yeah,
I always forget though. I always forget.
Know, you're too busy talking and
yeah, and
So. I will say this weekend is going to be. I saw the was it feels like temperature for the tailgate.
Oh, right.
It's going to be like 108 or something.
Yeah.
So lotion up before you go.
What are you
that
doing?
Way.
What are you doing?
Hydrate.
Oh. Yeah. No,
almost as bad as your Andre joke from Top In last night.
Yeah. I know. I about lost it, man. I about lost it last night on that one. Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, even last week or the last home game, I was like, well, I have a beer and I'll make sure I chug plenty of waters, right? And I was still dehydrated after that, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Spurs in the house. Even though, man, they're going to get forced to be sold, right? Because
Tiger Cup champions 2023.
Hey, man. You can't sing that. Nobody can sing that, man.
Hey, how are we feeling about Privet?
I like Privet, man. He did good.
I
think he's solid, man. He's solid. I mean, I felt bad for him that first game he got thrown into, right? Because, obviously it was a shit show.
I'd go as far, like, he's definitely obviously not a starter with everyone fit. However, I would go as far as saying I'd prefer him over Jan at this point.
Why does everybody hate on Jan, man? I mean, he hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, other than he's slow.
He's like turning the Titanic. Like, it's like he's so slow.
Yeah, I know, man. But yeah, I mean, yes, Privet is very composed on the. Yeah, I mean, EDM as well. But I don't know. That's why you think. Well, I mean, I think that's why Carujo faked his injury too, right? Because they were both too slow. Yeah. But I mean, I would say though he's a solid tackler. He wins his headers. I just don't understand why he gets the hate. But rumor was he was off in this transfer window too. But I don't think anything's come of that. Anywho, any last thoughts, JT?
No, I'm just hoping we don't get any thunderstorms on Saturday, and I'm hoping for a win. And I hope everyone hydrates well enough.
Yeah, I believe I saw something posted. This is how we're going to be drinking on Saturday. Maybe it'd be Modelo water, Modelo.
Maybe Modelo water, Modelo water, Modelo water, Modelo.
Yeah. Oh shit! I should drink water, but I'm going to have a Modelo.
I don't get it mixed up.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. So, Matt, man, where can people find you at?
My personal accounts are at Matt Chantry, all one word. Chantry spelled CHNTRY, as you can see on the screen. And my more fun tea-based accounts, Westwood Tea Gang, on both Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the Tea Gang is a lot better to follow, in my opinion. But
yeah, the Tea Gang doesn't talk about Fulham, so you're probably right.
Just busting on you, Matt. JT, where can people find us, brother?
At CLTFC Fan TV on Twitter and Threads and Insta and YouTube and X and Y and Z and up and down and left and right and over and under. Damn it!
Oh, perfect. Hey, yeah, bring a T-Gan sticker giveaway. Oh, tonight we could do a sticker giveaway.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll give away a couple of stickers. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me get this set up. Yeah, why not?
T gang.
Yeah.
I'll give away a couple of the newer ones, and then I've still got a couple of sheets of the retro ones as well.
Right. He's already got retro ones.
From like 5 months ago. 5 months is retro, right? Yeah.
All right, so we'll do it. Hashtag T-Gang.
Hashtag T-Gang.
Yes.
That's
so if you want in on this, hashtag T-Gang. Yeah, everything's rigged. Rigged T. Yeah. So Charlotte Tea Party.
T-Gang.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the
rigged tea is called marijuana.
Oh,
it's just a different kind of leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, the shark.
Give it a second, man. We'll let this roll through. Yeah, that's it. That's what's up, man. Y'all go ahead and put the hashtag T-Gang in.
Yeah, I forgot about the shark cage from last week.
Teabag.
Yeah. That's what I said
that during the game.
What I did to your drumsticks.
When Westwood got in that fight the other day, I turned around and someone had said, I think he kicked him in his tea bags.
Hilarious.
Yeah, his old ghoulies.
Matt, how's your son liking the games at his age? I know it's not easy having him out.
He enjoys the atmosphere. He's still learning about the game and educating, but he loves going. He loves the atmosphere and stuff. He's
nice.
not a big fan of the smoke in the tunnel. We have to like sprint through sometimes on the march with him, and because of the smoke, it kind of freaks him out a bit. But everything else, he's super into. He hung down there at the front with Charito and Franco's kid and some others before, so they have a good time down there.
Yeah, you know who else is a good stepfather or is Brian from the Yeti Clan, man. He loves them kids, man. He buys them pizza and everything.
Loves the kids.
Yeah, so don't forget about him on Father's Day, everybody. Make sure you go out there and buy what other tab? I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways, I'm doing it now.
Oh yeah.
How many stickers you got? OFL podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a couple of stickers, a couple of new ones, and a couple of retro ones. If they get in contact with you, I'll work out how to get it to them.
All right, we'll do one more drawing, man. So OFL podcast, find yeah, Eddie Clan buy my kid a pizza. Yeah. And all right, this is it.
And
Edward Gonzalez.
nice,
Yes.
Edward.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about.
there we go, man. Yeah.
Thank
You did
man.
win, man. What do you mean? You did win. Look at that. Yeah. So no, it's just super fast. That's why. So anyway, yeah, and if you want to get the free pizza for the kids, just find Brian. I'm gonna start going over there and be like acting like I'm lost too. Oh, I wish I had a beer, Daddy.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be going up and telling someone you wish you had a beer, Daddy.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Brian from the Yeti.
It's going to
Clan.
go a whole another direction.
Yeah. I should have thought that through. I definitely got one. I'm gonna edit that out after. The show.
Don't jump into any like empty white vans outside the back of the stadium, Lee.
Yeah.
I'll
I've done
make
worse.
sure
I've
you
done
get
worse.
home safely after we
Yeah.
do our fan interview.
All right, fellas, man. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I always appreciate everybody coming on and hanging out with us, man, for sure. We're really trying to put some ideas together and kind of mix this up. I know it's kind of sometimes it can be a little flat over here, so we need to start putting some of those ideas into.
I'm just saying, you talking about flat over